Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Creative Beast Studios Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsis series Diabloceratops Nestlings. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here we have 15 and up Beasts of the Mesozoic in a nice window here showcasing the critters. And then there's some artwork there showcasing the critters, so that's pretty cool. Ceratopsian series 1/18 scale, which of course is not what I normally cover here on this channel, but occasionally I'll make an exception because these are cool. And here we have some credits right there. Join the Dinosaur Toy Revolution, creative-beast.com for more products and info. Symbols I'm not going to learn. Don't give it to babies. Creative Beast Studios, from the prehistoric to the fantastic. And then Beasts of the Mesozoic, far from extinct, and a barcode made in China print. On this side, Beasts of the Mesozoic, Ceratopsian series, Diabloceratops Nestlings, 1/18 scale. On this side, a little bit of a window there to let some light in from the side. And there's also one on the top to kind of let light in from that side. Did I look at that top? I don't know. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. No, I didn't look at it. Beast of the Mesozoic dinosaur action figure. Creative Beast Studios posable figure. Adult collectors ages 15 and up. So, and then back to this side. 1/18 scale Diabloceratops Nestlings, Beasts of the Mesozoic. And finally, on the back, Diabloceratops Nestlings, 1/18 scale dinosaur action figure, Beasts of the Mesozoic. And then there's a nice practical photography shot of these guys. And then if you want to read this text blurbs, pause it right here. And please do so. And then here's the actual dinosaur stats, and then here is the actual features of the action figure, along with cross sale here at the bottoms. Diabloceratops adult, Medusaceratops Loki Fan's Choice, Old Buck, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I messed it all up. And that one is a fan's choice as well as this last one here, which is also a fan's choice. So there you have it, my friends. A look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figures and the accessory. And first up is the accessory, and it is the collector card that it promises you on the packaging. And it does have some very nice artwork there of the little baby dinosaurs. And it does say Beasts of the Mesozoic there. On the back side, let's start at the top. Beasts of the Mesozoic. Nice practical photography of the little critters. And then on the bottom part of it is some information. So if you want to read over that, please pause it right here. And then you can read right on over it. So, and then it's Creative Beast Studios at the bottom and their logo. Art by Shannon Beaumont, and I hope I pronounced all of that correctly, which should be. And then the copyright for Creative Beast and David Silva. So now let's take a look at the little critters themselves. And here there are 3 of them in this pack. And I'm just going to go over this one for the paint. And because they're slight variations on them, but for the most part they're the same. So you've got lots and lots of little paint apps on this, especially for such a small little critter. eyes, his horns, his spots and stripes and stuff. And then his belly. And then this is, you know, like scrubbed a little bit to give it a worn look. Or it may even be, I say scrubbed, but it's got a little bit of a wash in it, I think. Or just wear some of the paint app for this mist and gives it that same look. So, very cool. Now let's take a look at this guy. And we'll look at the sculpt on this one. And I have to say, it's very cool. You know, he's definitely juvenile because all his little horns are just little nubs right now. And the toes, the scales, and just scales everywhere because, you know, dinosaurs are lizards that turned into birds. So, overall, just very, very nice little sculpt, especially on such a small little dude. And then finally, on this third one, we'll take a look at his articulation. So first up, let's start with the tail. We'll start with the body. So there's a ball joint on there. You don't have to heat this tail up to put it on. It comes out of the box with the tail on. So it goes up and down. It goes side to side. It goes all around. Then he's got a cut here in the torso. And it'll move that far. And it'll move that far. And it moves up a little bit, and it moves forward a little bit. So there's that. Now let's take a look at the head, and I think it's on a ball joint too. And, you know, waggle up and down, no chicken neck. A little bit of rotation in there, not much. And then, of course, the mouth does open, and it opens pretty darn wide because, you know, if he's getting chased by a T-Rex, so there is that. Now let's take a look at the legs. And, you know, it's on a ball joint that sticks out this way, like the larger ones. And it'll move back that far. And it'll move forward about that far. And it does move in and out just a bit. You can see right there, it's a little bit of waggle. Now, there is a hinge joint right here at this knee. And it goes forward about that far. And that's as far back as it goes. Then at the ankle here, I mean, there's a lot of range there. So there's that. This is also at that hinge. It swivels, and at this hinge, at the ankle hinge, you know, it rotates there as well. Now, this front joint, the front leg joint, is on a ball joint as well, or half dumbbell, whatever you want to call it. But instead of coming out, it goes down. So with that being the case, it does rotate a full 180 degrees there. Then he's got a hinge here at the knee, and it goes forward that far, and it goes back that far, and it does also rotate there. So lots and lots of articulation packed in to this little itty bitty dude. And there you have it, my friends. There's a look at the figures and their accessory. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Creative Beast Studios Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsis series Diabloceratops Nestlings with Star Wars The Vintage Collection Lando Calrissian, and the Creative Beast Studios Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsis series Triceratops horridus. For our last set of comparisons here, we have the Creative Beast Studios Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsis series Diabloceratops Itani Nestlings, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Creative Beasts Studios Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsian series, Diabloceratops Itani Nestlings, and yes, I did have to read all that. I have to say, these little dudes are impressive. There is a lot of jointed articulation in these guys for the size that they are. And, you know, I appreciate that level of detail. And the paint on these guys, while mostly the same, there is some slight variations on it, but they're very slight. But they look incredible. And just baby dinosaurs. So, you know, T-Rex gotta eat. And so I was blown away by the actual articulation, all the joints and stuff in this. And I found myself saying, you know, it needed ankle articulation in the front. And I still believe that. If I had one gripe about this little set, it's that they didn't have ankle articulation on the front legs. That's it. Everything else is great. The paint, the articulation, the opening jaws, the posability. So, you know, if you wanted some baby Triceratops, here it is, dudes. Or dudettes, people. Baby dinosaurs. And if these do well enough, I don't know how old these are, but if they do well enough, maybe they'll do like baby T-Rexes or baby Velociraptors, or, you know, something like that. And if they do them at this same level or better, then, you know, it's a great value. Even for, you know, Creative Beast Studios isn't on the lower end of the price point scale, but being on that higher end of the price point scale, I also think they're higher up on the quality scale. And that's not to say that they're perfect. You know, nothing's perfect. There's always room for improvement. And in the case of these, I think an improvement would be front leg ankle articulation. But that's just me. Your mileage, of course, may vary. But I think this is a cool little set. I liked it. Or I like it. Unfortunately, it's not mine. It's my wife's. That she picked up at Joe Fest along with her Cyberzoic Arctic Dragon and the Ceratopsis? What is it? The Zuniceratops Christopheri albino. She picked that one up too. So, but I'm going to use that one in with my Savage Crucible stuff, because the con exclusive this year, what's his name? I don't remember. Anyway, the colors are very similar, so, you know, they're going to go together. But, you know, unless she says no, and then, you know, that's that. But I'm going to work on it, because I thought, you know, oh, do you want this one? Yeah, I do. And she bought it, and I thought she would buy it for me, but she didn't. She bought it for her. So, but there's that. I like dinosaurs. Creative Beast Studios, they have kind of a unique take on like raptors that I don't really care for. It's, you know, they put those bird elements into the raptors, and it makes sense. But, you know, when I think of a raptor, I'm thinking like Jurassic Park style. And that's, you know, that's the kind of raptor I want. But that's just me. These other ones may be more scientific accurate. But that's, you know, that's not this figure. These figures are great. I love these little guys. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. It's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.